Hi, it's Kayla with Kayla's VSG Journey. I am in full Saturday sweat. I don't care. I am canning and I just made my chicken stock and I didn't have any beef left in the freezer, so I made pork stock. So now I'm going to make the videos of how I essentially made it and I'm going to can it in the jars. And I'm going to have to make this in several clips and then put them together. It is Saturday, so my kids are home and it's going to be probably loud and crazy. And our house we're doing laundry, so ignore the mess in the background. It doesn't matter. It's what Saturday's for, right? Okay, talk to you later.
Okay, first off, this pot is full of a whole chicken, half of a ginormous onion, about half a bag of baby carrots, a half a stalk of celery, and a half a package of baby bella mushrooms, with about 2 cloves of garlic, some rosemary and some thyme, a little bit of salt, and 2 bouillon cubes. So that's how I made this one. And this one back here is the pork one. It has in it ham hock and pork steaks that we got from a happy pig on a farm. we bought a whole pig. So in this, it has the same basic ingredients. It has a half of a ginormous onion, half of a stalk of celery, half of a bag of carrots, rosemary, thyme, a little bit of salt, and 2 bouillon cubes also. Right here I have my pot of boiling water. I have my tongs and other things that I will need later. Oh, I forgot to grab something. Right here I have my Ninja and something to strain all the stuff out because I can't have any meat or vegetables in my pre-op diet and for a couple days after surgery. Here's the jars, but they need to be clean, so right now they're sitting in soapy water. I will wash them and then put them in the boiling water for a minute to make sure there's no bacteria in them. And then once that's all done, I'll put them on this towel. Like I said, my house is a little messy right now, but it is what it is. So I will probably have my daughter help me with now I take these jars and I place them in the boiling water for just a few minutes, or it doesn't even need to be that long, just in the boiling water to kill any bacteria. They are brand new jars, so they've never been used before, so they should be fine. But you make sure everything's nice and hot and clean. I'm going to set those right there for a minute. While those are boiling, I am going to drain this so that it's just the stock. Okay, so it mostly fit in there, so we're going to put all this stuff back into this pot when I'm done. I'm going to do the lazy way and set this pot aside. Alright, now we take these out of here by grabbing these tongs thingies and just taking them out and then putting them on the towel. They're going to be hot because they were boiling. Just FYI. Okay, how you get the lids and the other stuff out is there's this really cool magnet tool, and you can look at AJ, look at here. This magnet just picks up the lids and the other stuff. So now what you're going to do is put this right in here and get your ladle. And I'm making a few bigger jars and a few smaller jars, and you're going to, the jars are going to be hot, just you get used to it. Ladle the whatever in your jar, and you want to fill it to this bottom, about this bottom line. You can, it's okay if you underfill it or overfill, you just don't want to overfill it. Then as soon as you're done, you're going to put the lid on there and just hand tighten it. It doesn't need to be super tight because it'll seal in the water bath. So once you're done with this, you're going to put them in here, and once it's all full, I'll show you how to do it. So you just fill the jars until you're happy with what you have. So I thought this size would be perfect for after surgery. It would probably get me through 2 meals. They're about a cup each side. I mean, when these are in the water and you're setting them, they need to be completely submerged in the water. They can't have, and you want to make sure that there's water on top of the whole jar. It's a little tedious and hot, but if you get like anything on this rim, it's best if you wipe it off, so it makes a better seal. And this way I don't have to freeze these. I can put them in my pantry downstairs and they will stay good for probably up to a year. I'm not positive on that. I have to do the research. Look in the pot. Okay, so I decided to do 3 bigger ones and 3 smaller ones. I saved some of the stock so that I can make pureed chicken and vegetables for post-op. And those I probably I will can some, and I will not can them all. And then you just take these little hooky thingies and go like this and let them boil for about 2 to 5 minutes until the lids are popped down. So okay. This is going to be for my soft food stage. I'm going to put in it's going to be for my soft and liquid phase when I can have like soups and stuff. But I've decided I just make it all together. So I'm just going to put the stuff that was in the pot in my Ninja. I'm not going to take the skin because I don't want it. You just pick off the chicken. Make sure you don't get the bones because I don't think that you want the bones. But see, after boiling the chicken on the bone, it just falls off, and it does a really easy job. A lot of this is hot. So, and then I'm going to save some of this chicken for dinner tonight also. But, so that's pretty much it. And I'm going to put the lid on. And blend it. So I blended it for about a minute. It's not really a consistency that I would like to eat. But I'm going to add some more chicken so that it'll get a little bit firmer. It tastes fine. It's just, it's textured for me. So, luckily this isn't forever. It's just a couple weeks. So I added more chicken And I'm going to add I'm going to add some butter for flavor because it's really bland, which is fine. I'm just going to add about a tablespoon of butter because butter makes everything better. Please don't fight, guys. I'm going to blend it for probably another minute. Okay, so this is the texture I have right now. Needs a little salt. It'll be fine. I'm only making a little bit because I'm going to use the rest as soup for my family for dinner tonight or tomorrow. And then I'm going to put those in that puree into these Jell-O shot cups. And I'm going to put them in the freezer. Then that way I know I have a 2-ounce serving of this, and I don't have to worry about the size. And it's all done. It's going to be boring, but at least then I don't have to worry about cooking after. So let me grab okay, I'm going to throw this in the sink and I will show you how I'm going to. Okay, so I'm going to just fill that, not all the way because it's going to expand in the freezer, and this will have protein and vegetables, so I think I'm going to make some ricotta bake and put them in these cups too, and put them in the freezer. And I probably could have put more seasonings in here, but I wasn't sure if my taste buds would change after surgery, and I'm pretty sure that they will. So I don't want to over season it or over salt it or anything until after surgery. So now I'm going to take the lid off. They have been boiling for some time now, and I'm going to try not to burn myself. And I'm going to take these out without pulling that thing up right now. Just because it's going to be easier. So the tops, some of them will be already popped down, some of them won't, and they will go down later, and that's fine. If they don't go down, then use it immediately, because it means it didn't seal correctly, and that air and bacteria and whatever can get in there. It wasn't preserved correctly. So far, all of the tops have been. Sorry, this is driving me crazy. Okay. And then this way, I didn't make a ton of chicken stock because from what everybody said, you get kind of sick of it. So I didn't want to overdo it with the chicken stock. So all of these are they seal. So yay, we don't have to do anything else with those. Just let them cool before you put them away. And so my son's over there filling those cups. And so what I'm going to do with the rest of this, I'm going to pull the chicken apart off of it and put it in the remaining stock, and we will have chicken soup, and I can can that. And I could probably add some more water and bouillon to make it so I can have enough like chicken soup. So now I'm just adding a little bit more water to this leftover chicken stock. I added hot water. I'm going to add some bouillon cubes. I'm going to add 3 of them. And then I'm going to get all the rest of the vegetables and stuff. And then at least 2 of my kids will eat chicken soup. It won't have noodles in it, but it's just like chicken noodle soup, and so they'll eat that. and I can eat it too. So it, yes, you can. So that's what I'm doing right now, and it's so simple. If you wanted to add anything else to it, like more seasonings, you could feel free. What?
Hit the camera.
My armpit hit the camera?
Oh, your arm.
Oh, my arm hit the camera, my daughter said. Anyway, so we like to use everything that we do, and I'm trying to do some meal prep ahead of time because I'm going on my cruise, and I don't want to be floundering at the last minute trying to figure out what I'm going to eat, especially at work. And now I'm going to take the rest of this stuff and break it up with my hands or with my tongs, and just little pieces of chicken. And same thing with the carrots and celeries and onions. I'm just going to break them into little pieces so that they are soup size. You don't want a ginormous piece of celery in your soup. So, and in fact, I probably won't put all the celery in the soup. It just is mainly there to flavor it, the stock. And since most of my kids don't really like cooked celery, I'll probably just leave it at the carrots and the onions. And that's all I'm going to do. And like I said, take out all the little bones, and the skin can go in. I'm not a skin fan, so to me it's not worth putting in. I mean, if it was a rotisserie chicken, I would totally use the skin, but it's not, so what's the point? Let me drop the burger. Okay, so I'm going to add some garlic and some salt and some rosemary and some more thyme to make it a little more flavorful. But I'm not going to add too much of those things because I don't want to I'm going to add the seasonings, but I'm not going to add too much salt because that you can do yourself later. Okay, so now I've labeled them chicken broth and the month and the year, so that if they get not eaten, that I know when they were canned. The nice part is that we can use this at Thanksgiving time for stuffing that we make homemade our own stock and stuff. We can use it for all kinds of things. So if it doesn't get used after surgery or before surgery, it'll obviously get used later. So now that I've done now that I've done chicken and vegetables, I will just put it in the jars for soup. Try to get the right proportion of vegetables and chicken and like that. And then put them in the hot bath again for the same amount of time. This will give me a couple things for after surgery, and it'll work. All right, thank you. All right, so now I have 6 jars of soup. I have like 15 or 20 of those little things and 6 jars of chicken stock or chicken broth, whatever I want to call it, for post-op. So that's what I did with the chicken. I will do the same thing with the pork, except for I won't be making soup, or what I'll be doing is just making the chicken broth, and then with the pork broth, and then with the leftover pork, I will be making refried beans. So I will soak my beans overnight and cook them with the pork in it so it has a little bit of flavor. And then I will probably bottle those too so that I have beans that I know what is in them after surgery. So there's my stuff.